wise words when you're about to have your second baby. Love doesn't divide, it multiplies. And I did not understand that when I had my first son. I was convinced that I was like, I can't love anybody as much as him. And then the moment I held my second son for the first time, I was like, oh, I can. But you don't love them equally, because you shouldn't love them equally. They're two individual people. I spent a lot of time trying to make sure everything was fair, that everything was balanced. They didn't need balanced. They didn't need 50% this one, 50% this one. They needed their needs to be met. And meeting one of their needs and then trying to meet the other one in that exact same way doesn't make sense, because their needs could be different. Every single child, no matter which number comes into your family, is a completely individual person. Their likes, their dislikes, their everything are going to be different than all of their other siblings because they're their own person. I may have 9 children, but every single one of them is completely different. Like, there's literally no comparison between any of them, other than maybe a couple of them share different features, a couple of them have different behaviors that are similar to their other siblings, but they're never exactly the same. I would say the closest to being the same are my second one and my 8th one. And my first and my third are also very similar in personalities. Of course, that would be the oldest boy and the oldest girl, so it could just be an oldest of that gender thing, but they do just seem to have very similar personalities. But they're still distinctly different. They're just completely different people. And I wish I knew that when my oldest 2 were my only ones, because I just kept trying to meet them in fairness and equality as opposed to meeting them. I really didn't wrap my brain around this until I had baby number 4, and that was my 3rd boy. And that was when I finally was like, wait, they're all so different. And I realized I was living in the shadow of somebody else who just kept telling me everything needed to be fair. Everything needed to be fair. But their version of fair was exactly the same. Their version of fair wasn't meeting that person for what they needed. And as soon as I started meeting their needs for who they were as individuals, it gave me so much freedom, because then I was addressing the individual and I wasn't addressing a collective group. I never want my children to be large family kids. I want them to be known for who they are. One of the biggest reasons that you don't hear me share names or why I don't share my family is because I never want them to grow up being Jen's kids. And any place that I can avoid that, I try to, because I want them to be known for who they are and not anything else. So my greatest advice is enjoy getting to know your new person. And that goes for every single baby, no matter how many you go to. And also, the sleep when the baby sleeps, that does not happen now. Now, just sleep as much as you can. It's okay. Don't feel guilty about it. If you have the opportunity to sleep, do that. You're getting used to having a new human in your family, and they're getting used to being part of your family. This is a new normal. It's an upgrade. You're not getting back to old routines. You're getting to new routines. So give yourself lots of grace, because you deserve so much grace being a mother to your children.